Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? This is just going to be a bit of a quick one because I'm on with the Sam later, but figured you didn't get any content off me the last couple of days. I'll give you a little bit now. My thoughts on the whole situation around today. Obviously, we had the game, we had the Lavia news, and now in the past hour, we've had the whole FSG out, FSG in. It's all kicked off because of stuff that's happened on Red Ben TV. So we don't have normal days, do we? We don't have normal days. If you're new here, you're not already though, make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any more content. Let's start real quick with the elephant in the room. The Romeo Lavia bid. I made my stance very clear. About what I would have done with Romeo Lavia, what I was doing with Romeo Lavia, my thoughts on the situation after we had our second bid rejected. I sat there and said, if you believe you can negotiate a better price, you negotiate the better price. You do. It's a smart thing to do because it's the smart way to correct the fuck up. I think is the term that's used. It's the smart way to correct the fuck up. But that was only on the basis that you were gonna get him on those negotiated terms. What seems to have happened is because Jorg Schmacker or whoever it is decided we could only send one bid a week. Genius, might I add. We've now missed the boat. Southampton have sold Valentino Livramento to Newcastle for 40 million quid. And as such, apparently, they've now upped their price to beyond 50 million. So what I stand by still stands to reason. We cannot pay over £50 million for this man. Paying £50 million looks bad anyway. Paying over it looks even worse. It is the only time in the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years I can remember anyway, where I've seen a team up their asking price because we've taken the piss. Because we've taken the piss. Like it's mental. They're now, according to Paul Joyce, they're now asking for more than 50 million, which fucks us over because we've so very clearly committed to having Romeo Lavia as our first choice signing this season for DM. He's so obviously that. And Southampton know that. And they have all the negotiating power. They do. They have all the negotiating power right now. And we have none. We have absolutely none. And with each passing game, with each passing day, that negotiating power gets less and less and less and less and less, which makes it a real concern. What would I do at this point? I couldn't tell you. I don't think there's any way to win. I think the best port of call at this point is to just spend the 50 and get it over with. Take the L and hope that it doesn't impact your transfer business as much as I think it could do. Under no circumstances can you pay over 50 million. There is zero justifying paying over 50 million. And the only other option is to walk away from the deal. But if you walk away from the deal, I have no idea who else we're going to get. Oh, fucking hell, I am goosed. Ugh, I am goosed. So yeah, I really have no idea what the stance is at the football club at the minute. It's a real concern. And ultimately, it's not going to matter because he's not going to play. Let's say we get him in over the line, he's not going to play on against Chelsea on Sunday. So that doesn't really matter. But it's concerning how poorly we have managed this deal when in years gone by we have typically been excellent at it. We've typically been excellent at these sort of transfer deals. And this time it's blown up in our face like you would not believe. Like you would not believe. At this point, there's no rhyme or reason or logic to any transfer decision this club could make with Lavia because we've been had on that much. But it's the position that we've been put in. It's the position that we're in of our own making, really. That's enough about Lavia for now. I'm sure I'll touch on that with Hassam in half an hour-ish. The game, obviously, we played, not College, who was it? Darmstadt? Darmstadt, I think that's who it was. Darmstadt. I thought we were alright. I thought it was the same story as all pre-season. Attack looks good. McAllister and the Szoboszlai look good. Defence looks tragic. And again, the fingers get pointed towards Andrew Robertson. And I said this on Hassam's stream, I said this on Spaces, and people don't like to listen to it and don't like to understand it, but it is a genuine question that has to be had and has to be said. Is Andrew Robertson ignoring tactical instructions? Or is Andrew Robertson following flawed tactical instructions? Because that man is so far forwards on the left, it is ridiculous. He's so far forwards on the left. He's more advanced than Diaz at times. And that's who, in the system, you would look at as being your left winger. But Robertson needs to be our left back, our left centre back. He should be in the back three. He should be forming that defensive unit. And yet he ends up forming the fucking opposition's defensive unit because he's that far advanced. It's a real concern at points. And I don't believe, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but I look at it and I go, Andrew Robertson is a 29-year-old left back. Andrew Robertson's not stupid. Jurgen Klopp is not a weak-minded manager either. If Robbo wasn't following instructions, Klopp would drop him. Klopp wouldn't play him. Because he's got... I know the options beyond him aren't great, but it is about sending a message. It's about setting a precedent. At the end of the day, you've got Quansah there. You've got Tsimikas there. They can come in for a game or two to make Robertson realise he's not invincible. But nothing's happening. Robertson still keeps doing it, which is what makes me think that it's an actual instruction from Jurgen Klopp. And if it's an actual instruction from Jurgen Klopp, then fuck me, I have no idea what he's trying to do tactically. He's inviting all this pressure. He's inviting all this drama. He's inviting everything onto us. And we're going to get cut apart. These pre-season games, I will say one thing. A lot of the goals we've conceded wouldn't count in normal games because they've been offside and there's no VAR to bail us out, should we say. But the issues are there. The issues are there. We're setting up with a back two. A back two doesn't work. A back two does not work. Not against all these attacking wingers who are full of pace and full of run and full of potential. They're not gonna be caught out by it. We're playing such a risky game. It's almost like we're setting up to just attack. And it defeats the point because all this club's success have come when they've had a solid defence. Always come when we've had a solid defence. Even under Klopp, every year we won something. Every year we won something. We had the best defence. It wasn't the best attack. It was the best defence. It was a good attack, but it wasn't the best attack. And that's what needs to be understood about it. Liverpool Football Club get success with a strong defence. And we are directly playing a weak defence to try and give ourselves a strong attack. When in reality, the one position that doesn't need any support from other players this season is the attack. I think the attack is fine. I think the attacking options you've got in Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, Nunes, Jota, Doak, all them are fine. They don't need extra support from our left centre back bombing up. So whatever is going on with Andy Robertson at the minute, whether it's him ignoring instructions or whether it is a flawed tactical instruction by Jurgen Klopp, it needs to get figured out because it is hurting Liverpool Football Club like you wouldn't believe. Like you wouldn't believe it's hurting us. We're so exposed, it's unreal. And I love Andy Robertson. But he is a sacrificial lamb because he doesn't work. For balanced reasons, he doesn't work unless he can massively show some change. And I think it's too late. I think it's too late. Obviously, I think it looks a little bit different if you get a good DM in. I really do. I think we're structured differently once you add a DM. But because we're lacking that DM, everything is falling apart because of it. And that is a real concern. Obviously, this is going to be a long one. I think I've got like one or two more talking points because I'm goosed. I'll be back like tomorrow or something for a longer one. But Ben Doak, I want to do a special little shout out to Ben Doak because he is fucking immense. I've loved watching every second of him in pre-season. Every second of him in pre-season has been an absolute joy to watch of Ben Doak. So full of confidence, so direct, so good at taking on a man. That quick burst of pace he's got to take on a man, fly past him. The skill he's got in tight areas, he can weave his way through like you wouldn't believe. Ben Doak is a truly special talent, and we have to make the most of these. What are they called? Not generative, developmental years. These developmental years of them are vital, and we have to manage it properly. If we manage it properly, you've got one of the best wingers in the world. He's got everything you could want. I have full belief that Ben Doak could be one of the best wingers in the world in 3 to 4 to 5 years. He's that good. He's that good. How we manage him is the important thing. I think this season, he's earned a lot of game time this season, to be honest. I'm eyeing up the likes of the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Europa League. They should all be guaranteed to start Stoke. But I'm also looking at giving him minutes in the league. I think there are going to be certain games in the league where his skill set, his way of playing, his style is better off the bench than what we've got. That's fine. People need to understand that when you have these talents like Ben Doak, you have to give them the football. You have to give them the football. Our academy's got a lot of stick in recent months, recent years for not developing the talent. And I look at it and I go, no, you're wrong. Ultimately, there's not many scousers coming through. That's fine. The area of catchment for us is a lot smaller than the likes of Chelsea who we get compared to, or the likes of City and United we get compared to. Our area of catchments is so much smaller. But what this club is doing exceptionally well at the minute is poaching youth players from other teams and bringing them to us and developing them to us. That's what Chelsea used to do. That's what City used to do. That's what we're starting to do. And we're getting it right more often than not. And I think that the cup games next season, your likes of your Carabao Cup, your likes of your early rounds, the FA Cup, they're going to be exciting. Watching the likes of Bobby Clark, Quansah, Doak, Elliott, even Conor Bradley, all these youngsters who've impressed me so far. I look forward to seeing them getting given the chance. And I think for Ben Doak, the big opportunity is going to come in January. I think there's going to be a real opportunity for him in January. When Mo Salah goes AFCON, Ben Doak would be my first choice for the right wing spot because I don't think anyone else is as good as him in that role. He's a natural winger. He's so good. But it all comes back ultimately to the DM stuff. I think I read Jurgen Klopp's quote after the game about how we need to prepare a formation for Chelsea and not for the rest of the season, this, that, and the other. That's a normal thing that teams do. I think the timing of it is annoying because people are going to read into that as he's not ready, this, that, and the other. I think Jurgen Klopp knows how he wants to play this season, but Jurgen Klopp doesn't have the players at hand to play that system yet. So until he has that system, until he has that thing ready, he's gonna have to keep doing this thing of managing the opposition rather than managing like how he wants to. I think Lavia gets done. I do. Apparently, we put in a fourth bid, but it was Ben Jacobs who reported it, and he said, "I know we ain't going Saudi." He said so many things to someone that been wrong. So take that with a massive pinch of salt. Whether Lavia comes in or not, a DM has to be the priority. But ultimately, for us, it can't end at the DM. It can't end at the DM. We need 2 to 3 minimum. And I don't think we get 3. I want us to get 3, but I don't think we get 3. And if we don't get 3, we're playing with fire again. We're asking a lot of youngsters to have breakout seasons at the right time, and that's very hard to predict. If we get it right, we'll be okay because I think that the youngsters can really kick on and develop. But ultimately, this football club is built on risks, and every time we've taken a risk like this in recent years on the Jurgen Klopp, it's blown up in our faces. And to be honest, I'm quite sick and tired of it. I'm going to quote it. Have I ever told you the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting something different. That's what we do. We sell position short over and over and over and over and over again. And then get shocked when it blows up in our face and we get caught out by it. Ultimately, we're going to learn eventually. But I think we might have... I think this summer has been another one where we've left it too late and left a lot to be desired. But yeah, that's going to be it. I haven't really got loads to talk about today. There hasn't really been a lot. I'm doing a bit more of a full scale match reaction with Hassam on his channel in half an hour. You know what? This is football. Get down there. You should all come from there anyway. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna do at some point this week because I need to get done and out my Premier League predictions. I need to get that out before Friday, ideally. So at some point this week, I'll have a Premier League predictions live stream where I'm going to go 1st to 20th, top scorer, top assister, all that jazz. I might also try and see if I can get people on to do a Liverpool preview show for the season ahead, what we think is going to happen, this, that, and the other. Lots of content coming your way. This has been a short one, though. Love yous, leave yous. In a bit. Before, though, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any more content. Go to This Is Football, 12 o'clock. I'm going to be with Hassam. In a bit, everyone. In a bit.